going live.
That's right. It's rainy. It's miserable in my part of the world. Not a whole lot going on. Squirrel dug up my peppers.
The squirrel?
Squirrel.
Took your peppers?
Took my peppers.
I didn't know squirrels liked peppers.
Neither did I, apparently.
He's going to be a peppy squirrel.
Oh, yeah. How's it going, everybody? Saturday afternoon, rainy, miserable, where I am. How is it where you are? Let me see if my mic levels have been reset, though.
And I'm sure we're not being shared out. We're probably being ghosted, so your mic level's all right, at least on my end.
Oh, yeah. You know, I follow actually a political podcast called Majority Report, and they have 850,000 subscribers. After 15 hours, one of their videos only got 4,000 views. So, yeah, something is going on with YouTube.
I mean, we've been having issues up until the last two videos here, but yeah. But at least there's at least close to 30 of you watching out there. How is everybody doing? We got Annabelle Morales Sanchez. How you doing? Clone Captain. I can't talk today. Clone Commander Blasto. What Nah Graphics. I've not seen you here before, unless that's a different name from what we're used to. But cool. Vienna Anakin. How you doing? Miss Martin Muses. How are you? Matt Vader. How you been, sir? How you been? Yeah, Vertical Horizons is here. Mr. Kurt LB, how's everybody doing? We're getting a few more people in here. Be sure to hit that like button and share out the link. We have no real set agenda today, no. Do you, Rob? Or I don't.
No. Well, I bought a saw blade for my tree pruner, and it's too big. So I would like to lodge a formal complaint against Home Depot. That is my agenda for today.
I'd like to speak to your manager.
Yes. Hey, if anybody out there is, if there's a Karen out there that wants to call the manager as the manager on my behalf, I'd be more than willing to.
Sometimes you need a Karen.
Sometimes you do need a Karen. Isn't that's the lesser known version of that's the original lyrics to the Bonnie Tyler song. I need a Karen. I need a Karen. Holding up a record
until the end of the night.
Right. Mm-hmm. So anyway.
Lord.
How did this all start with the Karen? But why Karen? Why Karen?
It's the new word for soccer mom, I think. Since kids are too lazy to go play soccer now, imagining the soccer mom name just doesn't fit.
Yeah, well.
And your resident physician, the clearest man on YouTube.
The whitest man in showbiz.
He's got the script. He's got the prescription for what ails you. That's right. The script doctor. How you doing, good sir?
I am doing well. How's everybody doing on this Saturday?
Welcome to Saturday afternoon follies and poetry for beginners.
I love it.
There once was a man from Nantucket. No, that'll get us shut down.
He ran around with poop in a bucket.
I once knew a woman from Venus.
Her name was Karen.
She complained about never seeing, and you can just fix in the rest there. I don't believe you.
Oh, lordy. So, anyway.
I fucking hate Star Wars.
I fucking hate Star Wars. Well, I keep saying to myself, that's where we are as a fandom right now.
I spent $10 on Star Wars yesterday.
Oh no! What did you buy?
I'll show you here. See if I can find it. Here it is, right here. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
This is not what I paid for it. I paid a lot less than this. Here's a picture of it. I got it.
Well, I was going to show you the saw blade I bought, but that's actually out in the car. I said, well, it doesn't fit. I might as well just keep it out in the car for when I have to go return it.
I paid $10 for this thing.
Oh, cool.
I don't like they got it all distressed to make it look old, but yeah. It's just a classic.
The distressed look. That reminds me of a sketch I saw one time on MTV. This Old House with Robert Smith of The Cure.
That
It's
sounds
just like everything. He just wanted everything unfinished. Oh no, I like this decayed look. I like it. It really speaks to me. So,
can we paint all the walls black?
Yeah. I never got them. I never got the appeal of The Cure. I don't know. Is it just me? I don't understand.
They're all right. I mean,
is it just like an East Coast goth kind of kid thing? I guess I don't know.
Maybe. Were The Cure big up there in Canada, Script Doctor?
Not really. Not that I can remember. I would meet maybe one guy out of every like so many years that knew who The Cure was, but they would always confuse him with Korn. So I don't understand how that worked out.
The Korn. I was gonna start a band called the Spare Parts, because there's only 10 guys in my town that were musicians, and it was the same combination of guys over and over again. You'd see. So it would be for me and the other 2 or 3 guys that couldn't find anybody to play with. We were the Spare Parts.
But you don't say that.
Either that, we're going to call ourselves the Recyclers.
Okay. The
That's non-sequitur, but yeah, the Recyclers.
And if the doctor can't help you, the minister of the Fandom Menace himself should be able to. Here he is, the historian, Stephen Walter.
Hold on. Wait.
Walton. I always want to do that to him. I call him Arthur Walter. That's his new name.
How's my audio sound?
Hold on.
You are like sounding way too quiet, sir.
Damn.
There we go. Holy.
There we go.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Let me adjust that again.
A little lower.
All right. We need your music.
Okay.
Shit.
What about that?
A little better. You're a little far away, but you're all right.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
No worries.
This is gonna be your theme music from now on.
Well, thanks,
The
Rob.
Reverend Author Stephen Walton.
Do you see the light?
Hail, my brothers and sisters in the chat. Hail, Midnight's Edge. Hail, Midnight's Edge After Dark. What is going on? I am Stephen Walton, the Fandom Menace historian, your historian born in the chats with you. And I am proud to announce that due to several requests, the Fandom Menace Volume 1 is back in demand on Indiegogo. Thank you to all my supporters and all my friends and all of my brothers and sisters in the chat who have been so supportive. Hail the Fandom Menace.
Hell. I'll get that link up here for everybody. I'm sure you can share it too, if not.
If my browser will let me and not crash.
I know. That was where I was like, I'm trying to find the damn thing. So how you doing, Steven?
I'm doing pretty well, man. I'm really proud of Abu Nas. If anybody hasn't seen, the president put a video up, and AT&T responded to it. Said there was going to be a theme song for the Snyder Cut.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw that. That's great. Yeah.
No, I didn't see that at all. Where's this?
It's on my feed. Just go look on my feed somewhere down there, probably like 10 tweets away. But I mean, this is for whatever reason. I know Script Doctor looks at this as like a perfect storm event, but this to me is an example of what happens when the fans demand something and the industry listens. A change has occurred. And I think we should support that. I've never been a Snyder Cut fan myself. I don't care either way. I'll watch it. But I'm happy to see this happen. For all my Snyder Cut fans out there, this is a win for all of us, for the fandom, the industry. Fucking listen for once.
Robin, that music.
I love that.
Well, the biggest thing we have to remember is that, yeah, it is a perfect storm, and there was a company willing to pay for the Snyder Cut to be done. So that's a win for a lot of the Snyder Cut fans, but it also ends up being a pragmatic approach for HBO Max. They're able to get some content up a lot earlier than later because of the lockdown. So heck, that's a great idea. That's a great thing for a lot of people.
It also gets the fan base energized. And let's face it, there's very few fandoms right now that are excited about what's happening or what has happened or what we've been given. So this is seeing an energized fan base getting something that they've been crying for. They've been crying out for the last few years. You also get to see all the shills and all the access media that has tried to dismiss this idea, try and shut it down, toe the company line. And now they look like exactly what they are, just useless vagabonds of entertainment. They mean nothing. They do not stand for the fans.
Okay, so who actually responded? What was the name on it?
It was AT&T. I retweeted it. I retweeted out to Zack Snyder, AT&T, and HBO Max, and I said, "This is what happens when you when you respect the fans." And then I put Disney and Lucasfilm in there. Said, and this is what happens when the fandom menace supports a product. When the fans.
Oh, I see it. Okay, I got it. Okay, I got it here. All right. Here we go. Let me share this. You know what? I don't think Abu would mind if we probably share the song.
We saw it on Friday Night Tights last night. Sure
President Abu Nas release the Snyder Cut. Here you go. There's the thing, and then there's AT&T themselves, a theme song already to celebrate. And now that's a dedication. Awesome. That is so cool.
Hail the president!
He calls himself President Abu.
Yeah, let's hear a song here. Start it over. It's only 2 minutes.
Are you ready, true believers? The Snyder Cut is back. Haters keep hating, but they running like rats, hiding in the deepest, darkest hole they know. Mad at themselves because they all lost control. How did it all happen under their watch? 3 years of screaming on this movie non-stop, saying that it don't exist, so move on. You have better luck seeing a unicorn. Man of Steel suck. BBS is trash. There's nothing for you here, so leave it in the past. Disrespect this work every way that they can. On Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. It's hard at first loving Zack Snyder's work. They said he drove the DCEU into the dirt, but he got back up, brushed the dirt off his shirt. His patience paid off, and now you know his worth. Warner Brothers sold Zack, yo, you need to stop. Ain't no way in hell that you ever gon' rock. AT&T, the new boss on the block, said to Warner Brothers, yo, I think not. Turned to Zack and said, show me what you got. He showed them the movie and all they mouths dropped. They said, holy shit, this movie is top notch. Why the hell did we leave this on the lot? We need this badass film to see the light of day. HBO Max said, yo, send it my way. We'll make a teaser trailer at the end of May to let everyone know this film is on its way. The word got out quick. Haters was having fit. They said it was a rumor, but they knew it was legit. Your reign is done. Come join us in the sun. Understand that the fans of Zack Snyder won. Oh my God! Yes, release the Snyder Cut. Yeah, boy, you know we waited long enough. Holy shit! You see these haters stay on stuff. Holla back! Cause you know we bout to tear it up. 214 minutes of fun. Holding it down, have these haters on the run. Deleting everything under the sun. The internet's forever, it's still looking dumb. We raise money for suicide prevention. Trending on Twitter got their attention. Release the Snyder Cut on every billboard and every Comic-Con that we could afford. We're so happy we're at the finish line to see the true Justice League finally shine. Shout out to everyone who gave their time, their money, and effort that was so hard to find. The mother of our movement.
You could just keep listening to it, I know, but it cuts off.
Oh, that sucks.
No.
Oh, does he have like a full version on his webpage? Well, he's got a YouTube channel. Check out his YouTube channel. Abu Nas, I'll get that in the...
Yes, President Abu Nas has been one of our voices from the beginning of this whole thing, the whole fandom menace thing, man. You go back and look at them videos, early 2018, you'll see President Abu Nas, and you'll see people like Demaj9, the Gospel According to Mark with a C, Hail the Dark Council, and so support my man. I'm feeling my oats, Rob. I'm sorry. I'm having a good week.
No, nothing wrong with it, man. You found your calling. You're the historian of the fandom menace. You're the minister, the preacher, whatever you want to call it.
You got angel wings in your profile pic.
Like a horny angel.
Yeah.
With a lot of ex-wives.
Yeah, brother. And accruing more if I can help it.
A few more on the way. So yeah, if you missed out the first time on your chance to get the Fandom Menace Volume 1, now is your chance, folks. Head on over to the Indiegogo right now and get your copy. I'm going to throw the link in the chat once again so everybody can head on over and pick that up. I know mine's on its way or about to be on its way, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I just dropped off quite a few in the mail today. Thank God I have children. I put that little bastard to work. And yeah, we were
not above child.
What's that, brother?
Not above child labor, it seems.
Absolutely not, man. Take advantage of it. You know what I mean? You do a lot of work and put a lot of money into them, so work them when they hit teenagers. You know? Yeah, I went down there, and the postal guy looked at me like he did not want to have it. He was one of those passive aggressive.
Like, it's fucking Saturday, dude.
Exactly. So this really nice Chinese woman by the name of Young at the postal office helped me out, and we got through it. And hail to our hard workers out there who are doing jobs right now during this pandemic that that are necessary, like the people at the post office and our EMTs and nurses and doctors and everybody out there. Hail to you. My love to you.
All right. And you're also rocking one of our latest Midnight's Edge videos there on the Indiegogo page. That's awesome.
Well,
do check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's only fitting, Tom, because Midnight's Edge has been calling out this shit long before we had a hashtag, just like World Class Bullshitters. I've had several videos on this Indiegogo, from Geeks and Gamers to Lord Doomcock to Nerdrotic. And Midnight's Edge is more than deserving to be on this list. I mean, it's one of the voices that's been crying out against the abuse of our entertainments, the repurposing of our entertainments, the perversions of our entertainments for years now. Hail Midnight's Edge.
Hail, sir, and thank you so much. So yeah, head on over there and get your copy today if you haven't already. But yeah, there wasn't anything necessarily on the agenda today per se. I mean, I got Ghostbusters in the mail.
Oh, yeah?
Rob, so we're going to be watching
Which
that
one?
soon. The new one, 2016.
Oh, no.
Dude, please record that. Is Rob watching it?
He's going to have to. Yeah, I got my copy. I'm getting ready, so.
I want the Rob commentary of the 2016 Ghostbusters. That's going to be the best part of watch it. I will watch it a second time if I can hear you talking about it.
Well, yeah, you just put the movie on mute and then listen to Rob, and you're good.
Right.
What the fuck is wrong with these people? Who thought this was a good idea? Here's a scene from the movie.
Lay off me, I'm starving.
Actually, if you did a female
Sorry.
Ghostbusters where it's male comedians in drag, that would be more interesting.
Are you trying to say that women ain't funny?
No, I'm saying that those women are actually quite funny when they're on their own. They weren't funny in this movie. I don't know what the hell happened.
That's not what I thought you were going to say. I'd say that's about true for half of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like Melissa McCarthy and Kate McKinnon are absolutely hysterical. I've seen them do like actual improv stuff where there's a bit more of a focus to it, and they're naturally funny. Kristen Wiig is okay. Leslie Jones should probably stick to stand-up, in my opinion. Just that's more her niche, other than being like a very obtuse type of character. Yeah, but like, when you look at the cast on paper, you think, yeah, this could probably work. But then you find out, hey, there's no script to the movie. They're just going to improvise all the scenes, and it's like, no, that's not how.
No, Andre's got a plan for this. If we can't get the big 3.5 hour cut of Ghostbusters, he's watching the extended cut, and we got to see him on screen so we can see his reactions. Yeah. But Batman Wells right. We might get removed for torturing, but it's worth it. Here's the super chat we had. Mr. Another, thank you so much for another wonderful super chat. I'm late for the Toxic Masculinity Anonymous meeting. Seriously, I hope everyone is doing well. We're doing toxic.
Hail, Mr. Another. We're doing okay right now. But listen, who said it? I think it was Black Phoenix who said, why would you watch that again? Just to hear Rob complain. That's it. That's totally selfish reason.
You're gonna hear him
Oh, yeah.
say, "Who thought this was a good idea?" Oh yeah, Paul Feig, like 10 times through the whole movie.
Someone in the chat said we'll get a lot of Sam Kinison.
Sam Kinison would tear that apart.
And for completely valid reasons too. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, Sam was. I was listening to Sam just like a couple days ago, and it was just like, everything is some stuff is kind of dated, like the Pee Wee Herman stuff, but a lot of it is still spot on. But it's funny. It's even funny, even though nobody knows who Captain Kangaroo is. Captain Kangaroo. He held it together. That wig made him look like a mongoloid. Heavy drinker. That guy's a heavy drinker. He said, "Oh God, I was an actor. I wanted to be in the actor studio. I want to play Willie, Death of the Salesman. I'm Captain Kangaroo." he walked over to the. He looked totally beaten. Good morning, boys and girls. Hey, why don't we go over and take the walk of death to Mr. Grandfather Clock? He goes, his wife is berating him. "You're a loser! You're Captain Kangaroo! We go to parties. You told me you're an actor. Going to parties. People make fun of you. You stupid bitch! I'm under a contract."
Mr. Green Jeans.
Oh,
Kangaroo held them together.
DCV Titan sent us a Canadian $10.
Am I the only one getting We Must Be Proud digital She-Ra charity zine in the mail or in the whatever?
In the email.
In email, okay.
You may also be interested section of the
you may also be interested in the section of the fandom in Menace Indiegogo. What dark elder god did I anger?
Okay, so he's getting digital She-Ra video, or the videos are being he's saying those are the videos he's getting recommended. I couldn't tell you why, other than YouTube is a piece of shit.
Hail Rim Job Rob. Rim Job is Rim Job Rob. We got miles and miles of car. I'll lick your butt, put you in this Plymouth Horizon. Woohoo! Come on down.
You want a 96 Buick? I got 6 of them.
Oh, a Buick's a good car. You can't crash a Buick.
We got miles and miles of cars just waiting for you. Come on down.
You drive into a building with a Buick, that building's coming down, and that Buick keeps going.
Some of them are only months away from being considered classics.
Is that from Used Cars, that quote?
No, I may be, but I have not seen that movie in 30 years.
Used cars?
It might be, actually. It sounds like something. I know I may have made it.
Sounds like something that Kurt Russell may have said.
Yeah, I thought I made it up, but I could be wrong.
Used Cars is really good. Is a really good movie. Well, I remember it as being a good movie. I don't know about now.
Bob Gale and Zemeckis wrote it, didn't they?
I think so, yeah. I remember the trailer for it years ago, because it just could almost like they'd have a couple of gags and it was just say "used cars" and then go back to like parts of the movie.
Script, I'm interested on your opinion on something.
Sure.
Do you think that this whole what is it, the Feige, no, not Feige, the new cut for Ghostbusters, the 3.5 hour thing that they want to put out now, do you think that has anything to do with the Snyder cut being announced?
Oh, of course.
It has everything to do with it.
Listen, Hollywood does like to follow trends. It's always risky for any studio or director, actor, writer, whoever, to bring something really new that might be a little risky, but also is too good to be true, so to speak. And the Snyder cut definitely fits into that. But we've got a hashtag for the Feiger cut. We got a hashtag for the Iyer cut, which I think the Suicide Squad one, because I had the honor of working on that in the props area. I think the Suicide one might be an improvement over what we got, but not by a whole lot, because again, since the first day I started working on that thing, the whole crew that I interact with were like, yeah, this is a terrible movie, but we're gonna do it because we're professional. Mm-hmm. So I'd be more inclined to see it an Iyer cut. Maybe there's some stuff
So you believe
That'd
it's you think it's trend more than ego? Because that's the impression I got.
Yeah. I also think Paul Feig is doing a little bit of a troll, because I wouldn't be surprised if he had like a 6-hour cut of his film with all the improv he was doing.
Mr.
Sorry, Mr. Another super chat. Oh, can you do used cars for screening for SJWs? Oh,
they wouldn't
man,
show up.
Right.
Even if you argued that it's helping the environment by promoting buying used cars.
Right.
But this is
why does
Go
it have
ahead,
to
Rob.
be used cars? Why does it have to be used cars? It's so dirty, polluting, a lot of pollution. Why
They're
can't it be
discussing.
bicycles? You know, I once told SJW, it's like, oh, you dirty car owners, what do you contribute? What do you contribute to the environment? I says, oh yeah, it's so terrible that they're made in zero waste plants in South Carolina, like the Subaru, Hyundai, and Kia factory, and bicycles are made by slave labor in China.
Mhm.
I said, you remember that next time you fire up your iPhone to go post on Twitter, it was assembled by workers in a factory that they have to have nets to catch the jumpers.
Hey, you could always just argue Trans Am is a precursor to transgender.
Oh. Anyway, Stephen, to answer your question, this is where it all originated from. Mark D. White tweeted at Paul Feig, can we get the Paul Feig cut of Justice League instead? I don't know why anybody would want that. And he's like, no, but there's a 3.5-hour cut of Ghostbusters attack the fans instead of answer the call. I'd be happy to share. Feiger cut. Can't even spell his own name right.
Yeah, it should be. Actually, if he spelt it for Feige cut, people might think it's like Kevin Feige.
Right.
Well, you just have to put an I there with the ER.
Yeah.
It's still the same. What an idiot. This isn't really happening. Yeah, this is a troll thing, but...
No, that's not happening.
I can't see it. I mean, that movie was just...
That's why I just broke down and got a copy of the other one, because I knew that's we're going to getting stuck watching that.
Is that watch party going to be similar to the watch party for Spaceballs that happened recently?
I don't know if it'll be on Discord. It might actually be on the main channel. So,
okay, cool.
But that means I'll probably have to give Rob my digital copy code.
Oh,
he's just gonna lie. It's like, yeah, I got it. I'm totally watching it.
Yeah, I'm totally watching it. Oh my god, this is a piece of crap. Anyway,
I sent you that so you can show it if you want to.
Which is it?
Oh, is that
the Kathleen? Okay. I didn't mean to do that actually, but that's all right. What do we got here? Oh, I see. I think I've seen this. I seen this earlier today. This is nuts.
what the hell is this?
Taser?
Yeah.
It's Kathleen Kennedy fighting the Phantom Rob.
Oh my god! Hell?
That bitch is crazy. That reminds me of the one where I saw yesterday, Karen getting arrested or turning an $80 ticket into a felony. Did you see that one?
No, I didn't see that.
Let me see if I can find that one.
Oh man, these Karen memes or videos are great.
Well, it's Reno 911 coming to life. That's the thing.
I know. It might come up right away. It come up in the. Oh, there it is. Holy shit! There's 11-minute version of this bastard.
Really?
Let's do the 3-minute version.
Yeah. Let's run the three.
Wow. This one's funny as shit, though. I mean, this lady asked for it and she got it.
For a defective equipment, it's $80. You have till September 16th to take care of this. Get you to sign there with the Exodus.
So you don't even give a warning for this?
You've been driving around for 6 months like that.
I'm truthful.
Well, I'm not going to give you a warning for something you've been driving for 6 months.
But I don't want to sign it because I don't want to do $80.
You don't want to sign it?
No, because I don't think that I deserve to pay $80 for something that is fixable and I can fix it.
All right.
That's all you
Go
want
ahead,
to do.
step out of the car.
Why?
Because you're under arrest. Step out. Step out of the vehicle.
No, I'm not.
Step out.
No.
Step out. I'm giving you a lawful order. Step out.
It gets better,
You
guys.
be
Just
fair
wait.
with me and I'll be fair
Oh,
with you.
boy.
Step out.
No.
You're under arrest.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm not.
Step
You
out.
are full of because you're not under no arrest.
Like that is gonna work.
Do not take off.
Shut up and give me that and I'll sign it.
Step out.
No.
We're beyond that.
You want me
We're
to-
beyond that. Then she takes the fuck off.
Wow.
He's like, fuck this noise.
Get out of the car.
Got it.
Get out of the car.
This is how you turn an $80 ticket into a felony, folks.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
You're gonna pull a gun on the
Get
grandma.
out of the car.
No, it's a taser.
Better leave me.
Oh my God.
She wouldn't get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Put your hands behind your back. Now.
Now she's assaulting.
Yep, that's assaulting an officer right there. Yep.
Yep.
Put your hands behind your back.
Then she doesn't
Put
still
your
want to
hands
do
behind
it.
your back. Lay down and put your hands behind your back. Now. No, you will not. You're going to get it again.
That's it right there. She gave up finally. It was like, holy shit, lady. Just take the fucking ticket, yo.
Yeah, go to court and contest it. You'll get off.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my God.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
Oh man.
So you guys didn't see that one, huh?
No, I didn't see that. That's, I mean,
I California rolled a stop sign one time and wasn't nearly that. Jeez, holy cow.
That was crazy, though.
every
Yeah,
time
I'm
I've been
surprised how
shot-
patient that cop was with her too.
Yeah, the worst thing she did was take off. That you should have took off.
Well, then at that point, yeah, you're kind of
Still-
asking for it.
You know, if you calm down and try and bring the situation down, you might bring it back to just a ticket at that point. Which you can go to court and fight. You know,
Yeah.
and if he
This
doesn't
is the
show up,
edited
you
version,
get
though.
off.
I can imagine how much shit she gave him in the full version. Because I seen the other part of the, I seen a longer version, but not an 11-minute version. And she was arguing with him for a while. Like Rob said, like the guy had like infinite patience with her. That's why when he's like, no, we're way past that. Like that was like 5-10 minutes into the conversation, probably at that point. If you can call it a conversation. Mr. Another, holy cow, I hope you actually can afford this, sir. I'd really hate to think you're putting yourself out by sending us so many super chats, but we appreciate it. Mr. Another sent another $5, Rob.
Mr. Another, here's a drinking game for Ghostbusters. Anytime Rob gets upset with the movie, do a shot. If he mentions the director, do a pint. Yeah. Well,
Oh, shit, he'll die.
yeah, I'll get alcohol.
Actually, the audience will die.
Oh, yeah, if the audience is playing along, yeah. No, the cop didn't upload it, Annabelle. It actually came from, if you could see up in the corner there was a News 5 or whatever out of wherever it was there. It said the beginning, Ohio or
That's
whatever.
what body cam footage does. So, I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I think if it's body cam footage or any cop footage is basically public.
It should be, yeah.
It goes to a it goes to a cloud, and then I think after a certain turnaround time, it can be released publicly, especially if the case is closed. But if it's like an ongoing investigation, it's secured. I know this because there's a new writer on the scene from late last year who is a former lieutenant, and he wrote a script called Cop Cam, and it went circulating around, and it's a very derivative script, but it goes so in interesting ways, and it's really, really authentic. And a couple of managers got their hands on it and said this is going to be the new cop guy who they can farm out assignment jobs to make sure like all future like cop scripts and stuff that the studios are doing are going to sound authentic and act authentic. And yeah, you learn a whole lot about how the new cop cam program works, like how batteries charge, how long the footage stays on the camera before you have to dock it and transfer it over, and the types of servers it goes to and all that stuff. It's pretty fascinating.
Yeah, so when an officer is arresting a girl in stormtrooper cosplay, we all get to see it.
That's right.
Yeah, actually, if they have the body cams in Alberta, I don't know if they fully do. I think they do. Then yeah, that should eventually be released probably early next year, once the investigation and appeals and all that stuff goes through.
Alt Lexington said, "Was that woman on her way to direct Star Wars 13?"
No, I'm not. You're not arresting me, motherfucker. I also threw in Stephen Walton's YouTube. I'm going to get Script Doctor's link in there as well. So you guys make sure you head on over there and subscribe to those guys. And also threw in the Indiegogo link as well for the Phantom Menace Volume 1. Be sure to pick up your copy today before it's gone. 52 movies a year. Send us a $4.99 super chat, Rob.
$52 movies a year, $4.99. My brother is a retired cop. I have some cool videos of my brother tasing, allegedly.
His brother getting
tased. Yeah, if you got some good ones, send them my way, man. Especially Karen's. I got Karen's getting it.
I got to say though, the good thing about cameras being everywhere is that hopefully a lot of police officers have to adjust their behavior. You know, I mean, yeah, okay. Listen, we all heard about cops have a difficult job, okay, but at the same time, a lot of questionable incidents would fly under the radar. So hopefully it makes law enforcement more equitable for them and for us too. So that's all I'll say about that.
Well, there's value to having a very objective third-party account of the situation. That's all I can really attest to that. I do know one of my friends who does work for the Toronto Task Force. He didn't have to change his attitude at all because he sees a whole bunch of crazy stuff. One of the first things he told me about was he had to respond to a domestic disturbance, and the guy opened the door while holding a samurai sword.
Nice.
And
that was your what?
Yeah, like he's like, okay, so we're doing this now, and the guy's like keeping his wife at bay from a samurai sword because she's got like two chopping block knives in her hand.
That was a fucked up day. That cop was awesome.
Yeah, so he was just he showed me some of the footage eventually.
With the samurai sword.
Yeah. He showed me the footage eventually. It's just this weird thing where they're back and forth yelling at each other, and the cop's just in the middle trying to get everyone to calm down, and he's waiting for backup. Yeah, it's that's some weird stuff that some cops have to deal with. Yeah.
I'd been like, shooter, I ain't gonna kill you. I'm just protecting myself. This bitch has got 2 steak knives. Look at that shit.
Look, man, that's why, like, whether I feel I'm in the right or in the wrong, you never know what kind of day that cop's had. You don't know what they've had to deal with. And so I just treat them with respect. Yes, sir, blah, blah, blah.
Well, the thing is
get the same in return.
Yeah, usually 9 times out of 10, you're better off complying, saying whatever, taking whatever ticket, and just going, okay, thank you. Because chances are, if you don't think you were in the wrong, you can fight it in court. And all these things can be avoided. Like chances are, like that lady, I don't know what the hell that she was driving. She was either driving on either like expired plates or expired. I'm sure it wasn't insurance, or he would have probably been worse. But it was probably just expired plates or something like that. And like you said, you've been driving for 6 months on whatever it was that she had expired. All she had to do is take care of it and go to court. And if she showed that she paid for it, they probably would have dropped the ticket in court.
Listen, guys, several years ago, I came down with a pretty messed up, the cop was having a bad day, ticket. It was like $585 and several points on my license for pulling the same maneuver on a highway that he had just done. But because I did it, I was in the wrong.
I had the same situation.
He stops me, all right, and he walks up, and he was like, just picture the atypical meathead cop. All right, just just big, huge face, screaming at me through the window. What is your medical emergency? I fell out, and he was even more pissed because that was the wrong reaction to have when a cop was that mad, was to start laughing in his face. But I couldn't help it; it was like a comedy skit. I saw it on TV. And he gave me that ticket. I said, I'm going to fight this, man. I was all anxious about it. I went to fight it in court, and all these people were going up in this, like, I'm waiting the whole morning, and different cops are showing up for the different tickets, and then the judge was like, all right, just started getting people up there, but the cop hadn't shown up, so it was like speeding ticket. He was like, I'm not guilty. Okay, not guilty. He did this like 4 or 5 times. Then he got to me and went through the list of all these absurd charges. Looked at me and said, "Let me guess, not guilty." I said, "Yes, sir." I walked right out.
Well, it was like one night, it was like 11:45, and I had to get to the grocery store before it closed at midnight, right? And I roll up and it's like the middle of the night, so like nobody's out on the road. And I seen the cop rolling in, and I come up to the stop sign, and it's a right turn, no stop. Now, granted, I didn't stop, but there was nothing coming. I seen the cop coming from down the way. Obviously, I didn't think I was doing anything wrong. I turned right. She whips a shitty in the middle of a fucking separated highway and comes after me. And she's like, do you know why I pulled you over? I'm like, no, I really don't. And she's like, well, because you failed to stop back there. I'm like, I did? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, well, it doesn't say no right on red. And she's like, yeah, but you didn't stop at all. I'm like, well, there's nothing coming. I saw you coming, and that was it. And she's like, yeah, but you still failed to stop. I'm like, okay, I guess so. I'm like, but what about the illegal U-turn you just made to pull me over? She didn't like that. So she's like, just wait here, sir. Next thing I know, another fucking cop shows up. So it's like, are you fucking kidding me? So it's like, there's no way I'm getting to the store now. Oh, man, I was so pissed. She gave me a goddamn ticket, but anyway, I just like, whatever. I was like, this is ridiculous. I'm like, did you really feel the need to call another cop? Did you really feel like I'm going to that much of a fucking threat to you or something?
Well, that's part of a quota problem that a lot of states and, in my case, provinces put on police officers because they have the mind like, if you're not getting enough tickets, then the cops aren't doing their jobs, and that's not always the case. Especially if you're in more denser areas where there's already lots of tickets circulating around. But I think in the greater Toronto area and up in Ottawa, it's like they need to hit a 12% quota for the hours that they work of recorded crimes, fines, and citations and stuff, which is absurd. Like it's just what 12% of a person's time just like issuing parking tickets or speeding tickets. That's not. I mean, in most cases, it's usually situations like what you have with Stephen or where the cop does a maneuver and it's really just a bait to see if someone's going to follow them to do it so that they can, get their quota, to get that quote that day. It's nuts. It's misappropriation of the resources that our tax dollars go to for the people that are put not just in a protect and serve mode, but also in a psychological care mode as well.
What's even worse are when the cops have a ticket blitz, when the unions having negotiation trouble with the city, like they do so many times around here. They'll go on a rampage and try to put pressure on the city hall to get their way. I'm like, yeah, you know what? That's not what the traffic laws are for. you're supposed to enforce the traffic laws to make people safer, not so you could strong arm city representative in contract negotiations.
We just got this sent to us from Thundercats Ho.
Get to share audio or?
Oh, didn't I share the audio?
No, I didn't. I'm not hearing anything, but we are reading the subtitles.
Yeah, I'll reshare it here. Hang on. Boomer. Okay, Boomer. I did the wrong one the first time. Then yeah. Here we go. Let's start that again. I got so many fucking things open up here.
I think it's disgusting that you're working at this time on a Sunday. Have you got nothing better to do?
We are permitted to start work from 8 a.m. on a weekend. I mean, we've got to crack on or we're going to get in the neck from the boss.
Now, fair enough, we started a bit early, but, I don't see what the problem is.
My son is a lawyer, and this is breaking noise pollution laws. And I'll have you know, there's a family across the road with a newborn, and all this racket is bound to give them a load of stress.
Well, if we're causing them stress, they can tell me. If we're causing you stress, I don't mind starting a bit later. We can ask the client if he's happy with it. That's fine.
Is your client the woman who lives here?
Yeah.
Right, I'll speak to her then.
It's not necessary to bang that hard, is it?
Look, I'll bang on this door as hard as I want. Don't you tell me what to do. I'll tell you what to do.
She's proper crackers.
That lady's not paying him.
Excuse me, what did you say?
Just tell my colleague to crack on with the job.
I don't think so. You make any more noise, and I'm calling the police.
Okay, that's fine. We've got a license, so we'll work with it. We'll tell them that we're allowed to.
Did you give these men permission to start work here at this time on a Sunday morning?
Damn.
You're absolutely disgusting. You should be ashamed of yourself. Working at this time of the morning on a Sunday.
She just walks off. She's like, fuck you, Karen.
Mate, she's doing one with the ladders. Mate, she's doing one with the ladders. She's off, look.
She just took out with her ladder.
Oh my god.
She's off, look. What? She's done one. Mate, I'm not jumping now. No, it's well far.
Well, she just turned that into theft.
Mate, she's
That
just.
is ridiculous.
she's
Oh, that's only an
stopping.
8-foot drop. You're fine.
What are we gonna do?
Can't even do it.
Shout the client. Why have you took our ladders?
I'll give you the ladders back if you stop working.
It's not how it's gonna work. You just give us the ladders back, or we'll just call the police.
I'll give you the ladders back if you stop working.
How it's gonna work?
She's holding it
Just
hostage.
give us the ladders
Christ.
back. We're stuck on the roof.
They can just finish working and then they stop the ladders
All
can
right,
come
fine.
back.
We'll just call the police.
Yeah, we'll just call the police. It's fine.
Fine. I'll be at home. Just let me know when to ring her.
All
Oh
right.
my
then.
Have
god.
fun.
Ridiculous, man. Mate, you're my hero. What did she say?
No, she was alright actually.
Yeah.
Just told her that I'll paint her ceiling next week and she was fine with it. Don't know what her problem was.
Mental that was.
What the fuck, yo? Thanks for sending that Thundercat.
That's great.
Thundercat's host sent us that little video. Yeah, so this is the anniversary of the and of course my freaking chat froze up.
Of course. Damn it, Tom.
This is the 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back, and you sent me an article here, Steven. Let's bring that up.
Well, I figured, topic of conversation if you wanted to use it.
From our good friends over at Bounding Into Comics, we've got Disney rewrites the Battle of Hoth for Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back 40th Anniversary Celebration. Are you back yet, Rob? Okay.
Yeah, I'm back. Of course they do. Of course they do.
Well, I think we talked a little bit about this on another show, but I sent you the link there, Rob. Yeah.
They're unbelievable. They
It's a
really are.
stupid thing.
Black Phoenix, I caught that too. He said the Empire Strikes Back.
Balk. I know.
Well, this is where they wrote out the general in Empire, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Disney and Lucasfilm continue to work to erode the original trilogy that they began with The Force Awakens. As first reported by Disney, Star Wars is dumb. Star Wars and Lucasfilm released a new animated Star Wars kids short that reinvents the Battle of Hoth, first shown in The Empire Strikes Back. Star Wars Kids released the first of 4 parts that retells the Battle of Hoth. The short begins with the voiceover. The Empire Strikes Back as Darth Vader leads an attack against Leia's rebels on Hoth. First scene sees a rebel soldier then tell Leia, General, there's a fleet of Star Destroyers coming out of hyperspace in Sector 4. Leia responds, it's risky, but we can't hold out much longer. In the very beginning of the short, is altering what actually happened in The Empire Strikes Back. What actually happened is a rebel soldier informs General Riken of the Imperial fleet emerging out of hyperspace. As you can see in the clip below, the soldier tells Riken, General, there is a fleet of Star Destroyers coming out of hyperspace in Sector 4. Riken responds, reroute all power to the energy shield. Gotta hold them all until the transports are away. Prepare for a ground assault. Not only does this short remove Riken completely, but it also refers to Leia as General. She did not use that title in The Empire Strikes Back. She was referred as Princess. In fact, she didn't take the title of General until she formed Resistance in Disney's sequel trilogy. This isn't the only thing. This is the only thing the short changes. The battle sequences are out of order as well. In the short, it shows Vader and his stormtroopers firing upon the Millennium Falcon first before Han activates the ship's gun. In The Empire Strikes Back, he activates the Millennium Falcon's weaponry first. In fact, he takes out Imperial soldiers before they can set up their heavy weaponry. The short also shows Han Solo jerking Princess Leia in an attempt to get her to come with him to the Millennium Falcon. As you can see in the short above, Solo says, come on. He then jerks her arm with his right hand. After the jerk, he then begins walking her away as she resists and tries to give orders to evacuate. This is not how it happens in the actual film. The Empire Strikes Back, Solo touches Leia on the arm, tells her, come on. That's it. Leia then gives the order to evacuate. Solo then gives her a slight tug. Leia then tells those giving the order to evacuate to their transports. Han then puts her both hands on her arms and moves her in the direction of the Millennium Falcon, but she doesn't try to escape him. I don't need no man. This new Forces adventure comes after the Alphabet Squadron had Resistance pilot Chasnachadik. What the hell kind of name was that? Claimed that Luke Skywalker's heroics in the Battle of Yavin are essentially meaningless, and that the rebellion's true hero was Jyn Erso. Yeah, a character we didn't know up until now.
Originally, it was Jan Ors.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. It also follows the Star Wars High Republic, revealed that one of the publication's initiative's main characters, Avar Kriss, the best as Avar, is the brightest, most noble example of Jedihood, a character that's supposedly in their prime 200 years before the events of the Phantom Menace, when Yoda would still be alive. This rewriting of the Battle of Hoth also follows Disney's Season 7 Clone Wars Bad Batch episodes. In the first episode of the season, Disney Lucasfilm removed the Bad Batch's ship's nose art featuring Senator Amidala. Mm-hmm. In a subsequent episode, they would remove an execution scene featuring the Decimator. They would have videos showing original episodes removed from YouTube. It looks like Disney, Lucasfilm, and Star Wars are actively working to change the events from the original trilogy and are making those changes in order to downplay or outright erase the series' male characters. Yeah, no shit.
I'm wondering in the High Republic are they going to be stunning and brave and tell us that Yoda is gay?
Gay I am.
They're going to have Avar Kriss teach Yoda new things about the Force. That's what they're going to do.
I like other green men.
Penis? I like.
Put it in my mouth. Mr. Another sent us $5, Rob.
Can Sam Kinison take us back to school on the Battle of Hoth? Would Sam be working for the Rebels or the Empire? That's the thing.
I think he's talking about
I think he'd probably the Empire.
Well, I think he's talking about the scene in. You've kind of done it before.
Yeah.
The scene in Back to School.
Didn't know you wanted to contribute to the conversation, Mr. Helper. Well, let's see if we could. Let's see if I could follow me here. Remember that Battle of Hoth where the rebels failed to achieve victory? Yeah, you remember that, don't you? Let me ask you a question. Why didn't the Rebel Alliance lower the deflector shield and blast us? Why? Say it!
Because Leia was a pussy. She didn't have enough balls to go after Vader when she had the chance after she destroyed the Death Star.
Rob, you need to do a video where you do clips of Vader in the Sam Kinison voice. You've got to do that, bro.
This
sounds like he's eating.
Yeah, I'm having an apple. Actually,
okay.
I need more fruit in my diet.
You're part of the Rebel Alliance, and you're a traitor. Take her away.
Don't act so surprised, Your Highness. Okay. Several transmissions are coming from this ship. I want to know where plans are.
Where are the plans?
I think that would be so good, Rob. Please do that. I know you can do it.
Tell me. Say it. Say it. Her resistance to the mind probe is considerable. Considering all she's been through.
I mean, she gets around.
She gets around.
You got to do a scene where he's choking the admiral through the view screen. just go off.
It's like, he came out of this hyperspace too early. I told him not to come out of hyperspace near the planet.
Because he's as clumsy as he is stupid.
Because he's a fucking moron, that's why. Oh.
He only got the job because his dad paid off the Emperor.
Like, how do you think I feel? My penis burnt off.
I got no dick. Oh!
Perpetually angry.
That bastard Obi-Wan kicked me into a volcano. Why do you think I feel?
Yes.
I've been constipated and it smells like bacon.
Yoda, the galactic power bottom. That is awesome, bro.
Thank you, 64 for that. €2.29. What would I don't know what is it?
Micro euros.
Micro euros?
I'm just saying that. It's not what they are.
I have no idea. Pence?
Whatever. You just say €2.99. That's all.
You don't even know, Rob. No, I'm kidding. You probably do. You've been there.
€2, $2.29. That's all. €2.29.
Picking up the ass, you will. Mighty fine in those jeans you look.
Nostrada, in 1984, facts changed to suit politics. Star Wars equals 1984.
Yeah.
But the whole thing.
Disney is definitely doing some more Orwellian stuff with this.
Yeah.
Rob excuses is Vader. Dear later, he's Leia. Oh no. What kind of sick individual would want to be a deer? I just don't understand it. I just don't get it. Identify as a deer. What the fuck's this guy been drinking? Well,
he's a she, Sam.
He's a she. What happened? He got his penis cut off?
I've been dead for 20 years, and this shit. No.
If Sam was alive today, he'd probably say, "What the fuck is going on with the world?" I tell you guys,
He'd been canceled. He would have been canceled.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. George Carlin too. You know. George
would have said "fuck it," yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he would have, yeah, and people would have still supported him, and they would have loved him for it. But you know, voices of reason like that, no matter how they're said, they're something that's something that we are in short supply of, at least in the way that the mainstream allows those voices to be heard.
Well, I think George Carlin would probably jump onto a YouTube platform or Twitter or anything where he could get his stuff out there if he wasn't able to perform mainstream.
Yeah.
I pretty much already said what George would say about this shit. You kids in your fucking safe space. Oh, I need a safe space. 'Cause my feelings are... Fuck your safe space. Go to your Twitter and cry like a little bitch while I punch you in your Facebook.
Yeah, that's pretty
You
good.
little bitch pansies. God, what happened to the real Democrats like JFK? He fucked Marilyn Monroe. If he was alive now, y'all would cancel him.
It's so straight. You know what? With everything that he went through in his life, you go back to his early stuff, his like black and white stand up, and all the way to one of his last interviews, and see the change. He was really fired up and pointing out a lot of the inconsistencies.
He would have been the one to coin the term feminazi.
Yeah, he definitely would have. But if you look at his last interview, and he was like, what did he say? He was like, basically, you have a ticket to the circus, and if you're in America, you have a front row seat.
That's right. Yep. Well, and he hated feminists before the feminazis. Rob knows what I'm talking.
Oh yeah.
Want to suck my dick and make me a sandwich? How about you?
Hey, which one? Which one of you cuties wants to come home, make me a sandwich, give me a blowjob?
Yeah.
Blowjobs for everybody. It's the 24th century, William. It's so funny to see George and do his stand-up. He's kind of like Carlin in that way, and then you see him in like fucking playing Rufus. Yeah, he's like this cool little hippie guy. He's just like all like, "Hey, K-Pos, man," like the old hippie dippy weatherman. Today it's gonna be weather. Tomorrow there'll be continued weather with more weather happening later in the week, man. Yeah. You want to know how cold it is outside? Stick your head out the window.
I don't believe you.
Where are those voices now, man? Where are they now?
Oh, poor George. We need him so bad, man. Hail St. George.
But the whole thing is there's no anger, no rightly directed anger. That's the biggest problem.
Chappelle's the closest thing we got right now. He's the first one to come out and say this shit's enough. And then you got Bill Maher, who's kind of coming. I hate to say it, but he's coming out and finally calling some of this shit out.
About time.
Yeah. I mean, we of course already had Ricky Gervais and Bill Burr's been one who's kind of spoke out a little bit. Who's the other ones?
I liked Bill Maher for a long time, and then I just couldn't listen to it anymore. A few
He's
years
getting
ago.
his groove
He had that
back.
period for 3 years where he was just kind of repeating the same thing. Like, he was the one that demanded the anti-Tea Party, and what we got was the social justice warriors. And it's like, now he's regretting it, and that's just showing a form of awareness. But yeah, like he's definitely the one who is finally kind of getting back to his more normal part, where he's returning to his roots of politically incorrect. Because
he's had some waves here in the last few weeks where some of his speeches have kind of really poked the left, and he's really kind of pissing a lot of them off.
Well, good.
Yeah, well, it's because he's finally saying a lot of the shit we've been thinking and saying for the last few years. Finally.
Right. What I liked about Bill was that he pissed everybody off. He was like the South Park of stand-up. He would come at everybody. And then he got to a point where he started towing the company line. And you can see the shift in entertainment, back around 2012, 2014. You can see that shift happening. And then that real swing in 2014, where it was basically an unsaid rule that if you don't toe the ideological line, you're going to get canceled. And then he just went, that's too far left for me. I enjoy Bill Maher, the guy who challenged thought.
This is kind of fair. 16-bit mascot, there was kind of a point there, but I don't know. He's been calling a lot of this shit out for a while, and I think what helped him was when Rose McGowan had to fucking go out there and try and make him look like a fool, and in my opinion, make herself look more like a fool. But
well, listen, I mean, you can get what's her name's number, Melissa Milano. You can get her number now. She put her number out on the internet for you.
Dumbass.
Oh, that's like a bot thing. Yeah.
Sander Hammerslag, they should do a sequel to Tropic Thunder, only this time Robert Downey should play like a Chinese man instead of a black man.
Well, not
or a trans or something like that. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, Rob.
Well, it's George Takei also did the same thing, but I mean, I doubt that's her actual private number though.
No, it's just a new cell phone number she got for this particular stunt. Yeah,
I think that's the same thing that Tom Hanks' wife did too. What's her face? Rita Wilson.
My question, honestly, is going to be how many pictures of BBC is this account going to be getting? Because there's a lot of trolls out there, people who honestly don't like her, or people who just love to stir
I'll
shit.
tell you right now that Takai would like that.
Well,
he'd be like, "Oh my!"
Yeah,
he's gonna make a collage.
Oh my!
This is very interesting.
Hey, boner.
You can do a better Takai than I can, Rob.
Hey, boner.
What would Takai say to all the big black cock in his texts?
Oh my!
Yeah.
Oh, come on, just do the voice. That's not even him.
That wouldn't. Oh my! Ooh. Ooh. And I thought it stood for British Broadcasting Corporation. Oh my!
Everyone should just text Alyssa Milano to do a sequel to Commando 2 called Jenny Matrix, where this let her have to rescue Arnold Schwarzenegger, but by the time she gets there, she realizes that Arnold's just out on a vacation spa, and she's been hurting all these people horribly at this spa, thinking that they're terrorists.
Why'd you just carrying your way through this shit? Just call me on the cell phone, idiot.
I actually want to see what mileage has happened to Alyssa. Can we get Embrace of the Vampire 2?
I was just about to bring that back up. That's pretty much why she still has internet presence, because everybody's looking for those pictures and those videos.
I mean, she's still pretty, in my opinion. I've always liked Alyssa until she found social media, and then that just all fell apart.
That's a perfect example of how an attitude can make somebody completely ugly. Because there's a lot of people. It's just the attitudes and the talking down and the treating individuals like, we're lesser than, or there's something wrong with us. It's like, no, it's not our fault that you work in an industry that's built on a casting couch. That's not the way the real world works. Don't take it out on everybody else. I'm getting so sick and fucking tired of it.
And you also see people like Marina Sirtis, right? Like, we all know her politics, but she doesn't like throw them out there like that. Even on her Twitter, she says, let's try and keep it civil. She gives her point of view, but she's not looking to antagonize anybody. We need more of that. Like, I don't care what your politics are. Express yourself. Damn right, express yourself. We all have the right to our opinions and to express ourselves. But, there's a line between, expressing yourself and intentionally trying to piss someone off because.
Speaking of, perfect example of this is the Fandom Menace, because that's how we roll. And the historian himself is with us today, Stephen Walton. I didn't call him Stephen Walter.
Thank you, Tom.
I know your name. I've known you. I know you. It's just because I read it, and I'm like, yeah, I can't read. I'm a boomer.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys putting this up. And I had a lot of people over the last few months asking me if this was going to be available again. The only answer I had was when the Phantom Menace Volume 2 Indiegogo was going to begin, which will be happening in about a month. I'm still editing, still working on it, still waiting for your chapter, Jesse Milestone, and putting different things together. But I figured I'd put this out. I had the option to put it out again, put it in demand, and hail Comicsgate, because it's Comicsgate brothers that let me know that information. And so here it is one more time. This is the first edition of the Phantom Menace Volume 1. This first edition will never be reprinted as is. Every subsequent volume or a subsequent version of the Phantom Menace Volume 1 is not going to be the first edition. So it will be a collector's item. Please back it if you can, and if you can't, share it out, and you will have a chance to pick it up in the future when Volume 2 is released. Thank you. Hail the Phantom Menace. Hail my brothers and sisters in the chat.
So for the second edition, are you going to change the cover or anything, or what are you going to do?
Well, it's I'm going to change it, take first edition off of it, and make some minor changes inside the script for that version. Nothing major. Also, there is an ebook available, but the ebook does not have the final, does not have the extra chapter that is in the paperback. And it's a really good chapter. I feel that it filled out the whole book. But you can get it on Amazon, the ebook for the Phantom Menace Volume 1. And any of my backers out there who haven't received your books, I am sending out books. My timeline for doing this is right now, national books going out first, then international books, and then anyone who has backed the reopening will receive theirs. So no one has been upserted in the line of where these books are coming out. The Phantom Menace is a consumer movement. Comicsgate's a consumer movement. We are for the fans, for one another, looking out for each other. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or whatnot, please, my DMs are open on Twitter, or reach out to me on my YouTube channel. I'm always willing to talk with the fans, and if there's anything I can do to help you out, please let me know.
Well, we know a few people have already been getting their books. They've been posting them online. In fact, I think I've seen at least 5 or 6 people already get their books. So they're getting out there. I know you said mine's on its way and all that good stuff. I can't wait to see it. Final Death Star already posted his.
Just some of my friends that I remember putting out this week, putting in the mail this week, is Tom Connors, Mary Mayhem, Giovanna Mullen, Thomas Gilkey, Demogeny, and I think there's a couple others, but I can't think of them off the top of my head.
No, but I'm happy to see it happening. And could we talk about the audio version, or did you want to keep that under wraps right now?
We could absolutely talk about it. My partner is right here.
All right. Well, of course, the individual doing that.
Hello.
Yeah. So I figured if we were going to have an audio book, which has been requested because there's a lot of truck drivers out there, there's a lot of people out there who do a lot of traveling as they work, and they like to listen to audio books, or some of us just, we have dyslexia or some other something that doesn't allow us to read print that well. So we are putting out an audio book, and I had to think, I said, who would be the perfect voice out of everyone in the Phantom Menace to voice the audio book of the Phantom Menace Volume 1, and there is only one, and that is Rob Shlomo, because he is one of the best voices I've ever heard on any editorial in any video.
Hey! What are you talking about there? You could have your buddy Sam narrate the audio book? Hey!
You could do a whole bonus chapter, Sam.
Let me I want to actually, this you've inspired me. I wanted to give a brief reading as Sam, as Brother Sam, if you don't mind. If you don't mind, authors.
Before you do that, I'm going to do Mr. Another's $5 super chat. Do you think Kennedy will release the Rose Tico Haldo 15-hour edition of New Trilogy? Don't give her ideas.
And also, real quick to Ensign Ricky, hail Lord Doomcock. Yes. I did consider Doomcock, but my man is very busy, and he does have a chapter unto himself in the Phantom Menace Volume 2. So I'm going to reach out to him, see if he'd like to read that for you.
There you go. That sounds awesome.
So, okay. Pulling it up here.
Pull it out, Rob.
Pull it out.
Let me just whip this out.
So, this is the Phantom Menace Volume 1, Chapter 1, Gamergate. Large-scale games create a new venue for political manipulation. While some cases of direct manipulation of an individual have been popularized by fiction such as the Manchurian Candidate, it is the manipulation of large numbers of people that can potentially be accomplished through the internet media! Oh! Enabled by the internet, political messages can potentially be quickly distributed to the world population with little validation beyond the recipient's own social filters. Games modeling simulation present a new dynamic in the use of the internet as a source of propaganda.
Now I know why Sam didn't do audiobooks. He couldn't do it. He'd die after like 10 minutes. It's just too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to thank Rob for taking on this task and being the voice of the Phantom Menace in the audiobook of the Phantom Menace Volume 1. Hail, my brother. I appreciate you coming onto the team and doing that for me.
Yeah, like I said, there's about 100 pages in the can so far. We're plugging along. I'm plugging along, at least. The biggest problem is keeping track. I'm like, where the fuck did I leave off?
Like I said, the best way to do it is probably chapter by chapter, so then we can kind of put it together. With
chapter by chapter. I use a program called Mixcraft for audio recording, which is actually a really good program. And so you can put markers and where you leave. So I just put a marker.
Now, Steven, I know we haven't really talked too much about this yet, but now as far as the audio version, I'm assuming like those who have bought the book will have access to the like an MP3 download of it. Are you going to try and get it on like Audible or anything like that, though?
I am going to look into those options. I haven't had the time, honestly, to look through all that. But as I have updates about the availability and where you can acquire the audiobook, I will let everyone know.
Awesome. Nelson Shredder sent another $2. Rob Kinnison audiobook? Shut up and take my money. What do you know? You know what he needs to read? Like Dr. Seuss, like The Cat in the Hat. That's what he. I think that'd be hilarious. Or Green Eggs and Ham.
I think there's another super chat up.
Oh, did I miss one?
Yeah.
Oh, I did. Oh, I got the new Rose Tico one. Did I miss another one?
Oh, did you get Rose Tico? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I did. No, that's all right.
Cross-eyed.
No, I think we got them all now. Okay, we're good. But yeah, I think that'd be funny if Rob could do a few like children's stories as Sam Kinison.
I will not eat them on a boat. I will not eat them with a goat, you sick bastards.
What kind of shit is this? This is supposed to be for kids?
Yeah, Robert Munch, Dr. Zeus, any of those stories.
You guys are sick bastards.
Have you guys had to see the Mr. Plinkett's review of Picard?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Show us the numbers, CBS.
Yeah, please do.
We've been saying that for how many years, Rob?
The only numbers you can kind of get a figure on are the Canadian ones because they're on broadcast television, and the audience was virtually cut in half before the halfway mark of airing of Picard.
Which is kind of what we were hearing too, was that they lost about half the audience. Yeah, at least.
Look, man, it was a struggle for me to get to the end. I was doing reviews, and guys, I even had Gary going, I'm watching all your reviews, Steve. Keep grinding, right? I got to a certain point, had to tap out. I couldn't do it anymore. I had Gary saying, I'm watching yours. I couldn't do it. It was so bad. I mean, it got to a point where I was honestly trying to give positive critiques in those videos about the things that I did like. And then it got to a point where it was just all such a mess. I mean, it was like having to sift through a pile to find something good. And I'm so upset with the portrayal of Picard and 7 of 9 and Hugh, justice for Hugh, and Icheb. What the hell, man? Look, what they did to Icheb's character is a direct result to someone challenging an ideology. Regardless of what you think of what he said, he challenged the status quo. and they killed his character on screen to punish him. That is just these people need the keys to our vast kingdoms, our modern mythologies taken away. They are abusing these properties, these platforms. They have no interest in giving us anything creative. They want to repurpose something from old, and they want to inject their message into it and then present it to the public as if it is the same brand that it was before that injection. Itchy Baka did a great video about Disney just hired a diversity counselor, diversity chairman, some shit. Go check out Itchy Baka's channel. He did a real good video about this person, her ideology, and how she is using her platform to inject that her beliefs into the creative aspects of Disney. I love
right.
it.
I can't get this thing to come up, Script Doctor. It's a PDF.
There's a blue pill for that, bro. You can just
blue pill.
That's the only time.
Matthew Sturgis, longtime friend of mine, was gushing about how much. What the hell was that?
A duck?
Okay, that was my phone. Matt Sturgis, $9.99. Longtime friend of mine was gushing about how much he loved Picard. I kept my mouth shut and reminded myself this person also loved Waterworld.
That's messed up, Matt.
Hey, phrasing.
That's messed up, Matt. I like Waterworld too.
Waterworld's all right.
I like movies that people like consider bad. I love Suicide Squad. I love Suicide Squad. I rocked that soundtrack with my kid for like an entire year. But nobody's perfect.
Oh, the soundtrack's good. I didn't hate Suicide Squad, but
I mean, yeah, there was things that could have been done differently with Suicide Squad. I get it. I get the critiques, but like, for instance, Joker. People give Jared Leto all this shit about his version of Joker. That was the Tim Drake Joker. Okay, that's not the original Joker. That's the one that was manipulated. That was the former Robin that became the Joker, and that's why he's younger than Batman, and that's why he acts like he acts. And you can choose to excuse that version of Joker because it is not the original, but or you don't, or you can't. And I chose to excuse it and accept it for what it was.
Wait, people think that that Jared Leto was the Tim Drake Joker?
He's the Tim Drake Joker. There's scenes, if you look at the timeline in the movies, in the Batman movies, all right, where you have he has that one suit that's got the pipe. You could tell that's the timeline of events that took place and where they were in the Batman universe. Plus his age.
Well, I just know that Jared Leto did not think he was the Tim Drake Joker when he was
he
playing
damn
that role.
well was the Tim Drake Joker. He was not the OG Joker, all right, because that's Cesar Romero, all right. That's Jack Nicholson. I like Heath Ledger's Joker, and I have no problem with the Nolan trilogy, mind you, in isolation. If you take the Nolan trilogy and you put it up on a shelf and you say that's in its own universe, that's its own encapsulated thing, I love the Nolan trilogy. If you put it in the overall Batman universe, it's garbage.
Oh, fucking A. Stupid computer froze.
Tom cloned himself.
I did. I think I'm a clone now.
2 Toms are better than 1.
There doesn't seem to be. There's always 2 of me just hanging around.
I actually enjoy the Dark Knight trilogy for it being on its own thing. I basically look at Christopher Nolan's take on Batman as him wanting to do James Bond and then just putting a Batman costume on him.
Right.
Doesn't say it's bad. It's actually quite entertaining. Some of the editing is pretty bad though, but aside from that, like, performances are out of this world. And I like the take and the approach. I'm also one of the many that's not a huge fan of the Tumbler. I like an actual Batmobile. Personally.
Yeah, I want that '89 Batmobile.
Oh, I've driven that one. Well, I've driven a replica of that one.
Oh,
so
wow.
Which week do I want to jump into here?
It should be March 23rd would be the last week that Picard aired, and you go to the national one because otherwise that's just the Quebec province. Yeah, you're in Quebec. That's yeah.
Send it to the fucking boomer.
So,
all right,
Star Trek Picard is number 19 on that list for the air date.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And you take a look at the numbers. That's 1382. So yeah.
Who's peeing?
That is literally the water outside. It is raining that hard here.
Okay, all right.
The rain that everybody's been dealing with, and the tornado. Actually, because Ords was going to join us, but they've got tornado warnings where he's at. So whatever he was getting down there is probably hitting here. But yeah.
Oh my God. Well, I hope Ords is all right.
Hopefully they're all right down there. Yeah. So far, last I heard from everything was okay, but no, that's literally like rain coming off my roof.
And I think Star Trek Picard aired January 20th. And their numbers were 1851, number 6 across Canada. So they went from number 6 to number 19 during its run. That's pretty terrible.
I mean, how terrible is that script? Can you explain that to us? How
this is how terrible it's doing. MacGyver the reboot's doing better than the fucking show.
Yep.
Hawaii 5-0 the reboot's doing better.
FBI Most Wanted, the second airing of that same episode, did better than Picard.
That was a repeat. Oh, lovely.
Yeah, if you take a look at the numbers there, like aside from the news, which is just how many times
they're a step above the Connors.
The Connors, I know, without Roseanne.
Which I have not seen since before. Like, I think I seen the first 2 episodes after she died, and I quit watching it anyway.
Yeah.
Well, there again, someone with wrong think.
And, and that was the thing. I didn't like how they were interjecting politics into the show anyway, but
yeah,
irregardless, that's not good.
No, that's really bad. And just remember, there's some like 35 million people in Canada.
So what's the actual number? All persons 2+. So that's 2 times any whatever number is here. Or?
2+. So all the numbers are for minimum of 2 in a household. So you're looking at 13,082 households were watching this show across the country, in that time thing there. But I think it's also let me double check here because 30 programs national.
Is Batwoman anywhere on this list?
Nope.
It's the average minute audience in thousands. So that's
okay. So not even 1 million people are watching the show up there. But how many people do you have in the country?
We have 35 million.
Okay, you have 35 million in the country, and it looks like if I was going to go by that, if you said it's in the thousands, then that's what, like 138,000? Is that what it means? Or am I wrong?
I think so. This one, it's. I mean, the way Canada does it, it's weird. The average minute audience in thousands.
Or is that million? Because I would think this has got to be millions too.
Yeah, so it would be. It would most. Okay, so the way I would probably look at it is the first column would be your million, and then the next 3 columns would be your hundred thousands.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean,
so barely 1 million people are watching it.
Yeah.
I was one of those barely 1 million people watching it, and I had to stop.
Yeah, at best it's like 1.382 million is the rating.
Wow.
Out of 35 million.
Okay, so what were the ratings for like Enterprise though back in the day in Canada? Let's look.
Let's see if I can go that far back. That's
do. Empty air.
It only goes back as far as 2009 to 2010.
Okay. Well, it is what it is. All right. Well, that's interesting to see until we actually get the real numbers, though. There's all we can do is speculate, and then everybody's just going to say, "I think I'm just making shit up."
Release the ratings cut.
Yeah, release the ratings cut. What the fuck, yo? All right, I came across this business. Variety is reporting, and I don't even know how to fucking take this shit. Pixar short film Out features studio's first gay main character.
What?
Oh my. Oh my.
I didn't know they were making this.
My genitals are definitely confused.
All right, I guess.
Okay, sure. That's, you know.
If it's a good love story, then I'll enjoy it. But
right.
I mean, I guess if anybody's gonna do it, I mean, Woody and Buzz, I could see them getting together.
Wow, that's reaching.
Yeah, Bo Peep's been out of the picture for a couple movies, right? Except for the fourth one.
that horrible fourth one we won't talk about. But anyway, Rob, what's going on with this Pixar short film Out, which is obviously aptly named? I kind of know what it's about. But.
Let's find out. Let me bring it up here. While I bring up the article from Variety.
You might need a
main character. Well, a gay main character, oh my, has finally appeared in a Pixar film. Out, a short film released on Disney Plus Friday, shows a man named Greg who struggles to come out to his mom and dad as he gets ready to move to the city with his boyfriend Manuel. Greg's inner turmoil rises as his parents surprise him and come to help him pack. In a magical turn of events, Greg switches bodies with his dog. Oh no, I'm a gay dog! Oh no! And he tries to hide the evidence of his relationship. He soon realizes that he shouldn't hide from who he truly is from his parents. The 9-minute short debuted on Disney Plus through its Spark Short series, in which Pixar creators showcase independent projects. Out was directed by Stephen Clay Hunter, whose previous Pixar credits include Finding Nemo and WALL-E. In Onward, Pixar's most released full-length release.
Wow, that's
must be recent, right?
Yeah, Variety proofread your shit.
Lena Waithe voiced a purple Cyclops who mentioned she had a girlfriend. However, the line was brief, and the character ultimately played a minor role in the film. Toy Story 4 and Finding Dory also had quick shots of same-sex couples in the backgrounds of the films, which led some Pixar fans to wonder if LGBT XYZ EIEIO characters would ever have more prominent roles. Disney's other major properties, Star Wars and Marvel, have also had slow progress in representation. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker had the franchise's first same-sex kiss near the end, and it was not hot at all, one bit. Albeit in the blink of an eye, you missed it in the background scene. Tessa Thompson's character, Valkyrie, was confirmed to be the first alphabet person superhero in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and the Eternals is set to feature the first openly gay hero.
Yes, Queen.
And nobody cares.
And I would care less about this. I mean, honestly, I have no problem with it, but I would care a lot less about this if Disney wouldn't have such issues with things like this.
That ass. Where's that ass?
You can't show a woman's ass.
But it's Daryl Hannah's ass. This is a woman that has.
She worked hard for that ass.
Works hard, walks around on her property naked in the grove for all of us.
Oh, and that's not even the worst one, yo. That's the semi next to worst one. The worst one is... Here, I'll get it up here.
Worst.
The worst one.
Look, Alpha J, I care because I care about my ass and titties and entertainment. I'm sorry, brother. That's
I
just
do
where
too.
my priorities lie, brother.
It's just insulting. This one is the worst.
What?
Yeah.
Look at that. I mean.
Yeah. And then they just got the other one on here too, but still, there you go. That's all. That's what they did. Those dirty bastards. Over a butt.
A pair of butt cheeks. What's
right?
She wasn't doing a squat or anything, just walking away.
Right. There's no peach. You can see no peach, right? Hey, come on.
Well, in high definition.
So Tom, let's not ruin it for everybody, okay?
But you can barely see it. It was the 80s, and I don't think Daryl Hannah shaved.
No, there was definitely bush happening in the 80s.
Yeah, but you can only tell if you're really looking.
And people like Tom and I, we really
Fuck
did.
yes for science, yo.
I am not.
Oh, great Odin's raven.
Oh my God.
And my chat froze up again, but that's all right. I got my other chat up here too. If you didn't notice, I'm just having problems left and right. It's because this rain's coming in.
No, you're good. I mean, I hope you guys are okay over there.
Yeah, it's no big deal. I'm fine here.
Yeah.
And then also they were talking about the dancer in Jabba's palace the other night somewheres. They cut out the part where her boob pops out.
Oh hell no!
The Twilight dancer, that part where you barely even recognize it happens anyways.
That was the first cleavage scene I ever recognized as a child. That's a memory to me. That's a part of my entertainment, my DNA.
And I can't bring this up because I'm froze, but Georger64 says, I'm gay, and in 50 years of media consumption, I never felt I had to see gay characters everywhere. Saw enough of them in the gay scene. Well, it's not even. I'm honestly, I don't have a problem with this. I think this. If Pixar wants to tell a story like this, they're the group of people that I have a feeling will probably take the most tact with it.
Well, yeah.
Then again,
maintain the standards of how you would tell any type of love story. Like that's just what we ask. That's what I ask.
The problem is
I
don't have the what's the word I'm looking for? Confidence in Pixar I used to anymore because Lasseter's not there.
Look, I mean, I don't think I'm going to get an American Gods gin scene. All right, I don't think I'm going to get that, and I'm fine with that because I can't watch American Gods anymore after that scene. But no, George, like my parents are gay, my mothers are gay, and they're just like you, man. That's how they feel, you know. I've always been a proponent for gay rights. When the option for them to become married, they became married. I was there, beautiful ceremony. Very happy that this country came to that progressive point where when one adult and another adult love one another, they can get married or whatever you want to call it. That's beautiful. And so I have no issue whatsoever with gay representation, not just because I've known a lot of homosexuals in my life, but because a well-written story, it doesn't really matter what the sexuality, race, culture, whatever of that character is. You know, I'm here to consume escapism. But you know, my problem with it, as I'm sure people like you and people like my mother's, our issue with it is when that is the sum of the story, when the character presented is just a hollow shell. This is a gay character and there's no substance to support it. I think that's more of an insult to the gay community than anything else.
Well, yeah, representation should not be treated as a single dimension of a character. It just makes it boring, and it's also just placating and pandering to a bunch of people that you're desperate for their money, but you're not willing to earn it.
Right. And instead of just taking the time to generate good characters, I mean, we see it all the time in woke entertainment the last few years. They want to get by on that check mark. And that's not helping anyone. Like if you're really trying to stand up for diversity and inclusion and all these buzzwords that you use, then presenting characters that are just solely a check mark, just there to be there with no substance, with no depth, with no real interaction within the story, without something that builds an emotional attachment between the viewer, and the medium, then how are you helping anyone? That's not helping anybody. That's just using them as a token. I think it's disrespectful.
Yeah. And I'm glad that I just brought up the whole thing. Is the only reason I don't have a problem with the story they're telling. I have a problem with them censoring classic stories, though, and that's why I brought it up. It's like, okay, you expect me not to have an issue with that? That's fine, but you also have to, at least own up to the fact that Disney's doing a lot of nasty shit to their other movies that's uncalled for. Splash being a prime example, and I'm glad we're making a difference. A perfect example is this right here. Bob Gale made sure he was the one who came in and swooped in and fixed the version of Back to the Future 2 that was on Netflix. We even kind of get a semi shout out. He says he heard about it from a Eagle Eye fan, even though he says 10 days ago, which is weird. I think that he's referring to the one because in the other article written about Proper Justin, they say he's an Eagle Eye fan, so I'm wondering if he's referring to that. It may have known about it before that, but I don't think so. It was just weird that 24 hours after Salty Nerd and Justin and I are tweeting out about this thing, it gets fixed. So props to Bob Gale for coming in and helping out. I guess what happened was there was some foreign version they got sent for some reason that just happened to have that bit cut out.
Yeah, and even if the case, if Universal decided to placate to that foreign version, you'd probably have to start questioning the country that you're sending that to with why they would be so offended by a woman in some pretty
I think it had more to do with the word ooh la la.
What is that, like a curse word somewhere? Because I don't know of it in any other language.
According, the short version of the story was they didn't say where, but they had a problem with the Ooh La La magazine cover, just the cover. I don't know. Makes
Whatever
no
it was,
sense.
it was blasphemy, and it needed to be changed.
Yeah, so
set right.
We needed our Puritan bullshit taken care of for us. You know, that's what we need.
Isn't that strange, guys? I mean, we're all, I think, about pretty much the same age here. Wasn't it like the Puritans, the Christian conservatives in the 80s and the 90s, and now it's these whack far leftists? You know, I'm not saying it went from one extreme to another. You know, Christian conservatives have their values.
There's some sort of migration that occurred, yeah.
Yeah, I just, it's so strange. It's like, why can't we have balanced scales? You know, we were coming to a point, at least in my country, we were coming to a point, I felt, or a person was finally being judged by the merit of the character, not the tone of their skin, not who they slept with, you know, and these other trivial human things that just, you know, make up the small differences that exist between all of us red-blooded brothers and sisters on this earth. And then all of a sudden, it was like everything was good for a minute. Like we all understood the government sucks. You know, all the government surveillance sucks. You know, Patriot Act sucked. And then, boom, here we are. And having to get in The Last Jedi, y'all. What the hell happened? I'm sorry.
That was just like, that was to me like the pinnacle of it all. Like, it was, you know, between like a few things like Fantastic Four, Ninja Turtles, and other things were happening, and then Ghostbusters was just like the beginning of this secular political movement thing that But anyway, we're gonna close shop here in a few minutes because I gotta head over to Christy's channel. I'm gonna be talking about our favorite movies of 1980.
Nice.
So head on over there, follow the link in the chat, park up, and get ready. It's going to be fucking fun. We had a lot of fun last week, and I suggested, hey, why don't we just go year by year? There's so many movies. She's like, yeah, that'd be a great idea.
Yeah,
so that's what we're going to do.
Dense decade of films. That's
I think you're going to be there too, aren't you, Script Doctor?
Yeah, if Christy will have me,
I'm not sure Hall's going to be there. I think it's a full house, but we'll see who's all going to be there. I have no idea outside of me, Christy, and I think Stieg. And I can't remember who else is all supposed to be there, but
you know, and for any of you out there who may not be subscribed to According to Christy, she has been a big supporter of the Fandom Menace. She's been
huge supporter.
She mods in many different chats. She's a part of my Fourth Wave community chat. She's just a great person who's only got a few more watch hours, just a few more until she can get monetized. So I'd appreciate it if, even if you don't subscribe to the channel, go over there, watch a couple videos, go watch the live stream with Tom and the rest of the guys, and support Christy because she's a wonderful person.
Trust me, it's gonna be a lot of fun. We had a ton of fun last weekend talking about 80s movies.
Yeah, it was all over the place, but like it was still hysterical. It was actually quite entertaining. Yeah, I was listening to that.
So yeah, hopefully this is a little bit more. We're gonna go through our top 10 of the year, I think, is the whole plan. So head on over there and join us there. But do check out the Indiegogo right now. If you don't have if you missed out, this is your chance. This is your chance to get the first edition of the Fandom Menace Volume 1. Head on over to Indiegogo. Steven's opened up one more time. He's opened up shop so you guys can get on over there and get this before it's gone. And then from here on out, this is the only way you can get the first volume in its original form, right?
Yes, that is true. This will never be reproduced. This first edition will never be reproduced again. All subsequent editions will be slightly altered. So this is a collector's item. But if you miss it, you know, we're dealing with a lot of things right now. And if you can't get it and you miss it, don't worry. It will be available again in the future when I put the Indiegogo up for the Phantom Menace Volume 2, 3, 4, and 5. So thank you very much to everybody, all your support, all your shares, all your retweets. I wouldn't be here without you. I am the Fandom Menace historian, your historian, born in the chats with my brothers and sisters, supporting all of these voices who have been our lighthouses in the darkness of the pop culture entertainment scheme right now.
Hail, sir, and amen. Georger64 sends us another super chat, Rob.
Ka-ching.
Actually, it's euros.
Yeah, 449 euros, €4.49. Always a pleasure, gentlemen. Well, thank you very much.
And it's always a pleasure to entertain you guys out there. And Mary asks, is it ready for shipping? Are you getting more in, or are you just shipping out the ones you have already? Because I know you're in the process of shipping out your original orders as we speak, but I think she's asking if she orders now, how long of a wait it'll be before she gets a copy.
Right now, I'm fulfilling backers for the United States, which was the majority of the original backers when the campaign was open. Then I'll be shipping out the international books for the original campaign, and then I will begin shipping out the newer orders as this is open for a limited time.
All right, there you go. Hopefully that answers your question. And for those who are wondering what Christy's channel is, I'm going to throw the link once again into the chat. Head on over there and join us for the 1980 discussion, and you can subscribe from there. Make sure you hit the bell icon as well. And also make sure you subscribe to Script Doctor. Make sure you subscribe to author Stephen Walton as well. He has a YouTube channel. And, of course, Robot Shlomo on his channel as well. Be sure to subscribe to Mecca and all our other friends in the Fandom Menace. Check out the main channel as well, of course, as always. Thanks for watching us. And I hope to see you on Christy's channel here in a few minutes, guys. Head on over there and start raiding the stream. We'd appreciate it. Rob, I think I need some music. I think we've earned a puppy.
Yeah, probably minimum effort puppy for that one. Let me see. Where is it? Here we go.
Thanks again, folks. Head on over to Christy's stream.
Knock them out, Mark. Do it.
Just when you think this show is terrible, something wonderful happens.
What?